Long ago, in the icy fjords of Norway, there sailed the Naglfar, a ship made entirely out of the fingernails of the dead, known for trafficking illegal items and legendary weapons. Of course, the Naglfar has since been lost to history, sinking to the bottom of the ocean. But one piece of cargo has recently been recovered. A blueprint for an unbreakable rope, recovered by a small CRT monitor, displaying only the color green. This is Gleipnir, a prison made out of the breath of a fish, the footsteps of a cat, and the roots of a mountain. It's been a few months in the making, so I really don't want to stall any more than I have to. Let's just get into it. The entrance to the prison is simple. There's a bed, you right-click to sleep in it, and then you go over to a pufferfish and you kill yourself. It's not that complicated. Once you respawn, the guards will light a portal for you. You go through. Then you end up in the nether, where you go through again to get to the inside of the prison. Pretty standard stuff. Now we get to the first kill check. You go through, the door opens to a bed so you can set your spawn. You go into an area where a guard kills you, and then you respawn in the next area. During all of this, there will be a guard at the top of the prison using a composter glitch to look through walls and watch to make sure you're not doing anything fishy. So once you respawn, he'll tell the guards downstairs to close the bed off so you can't go back and break it. The same thing happens for two of the other kill checks, which are dropping TNT on your head and over here forcing you to walk into lava. In between those two is what I like to call the hose mad check. So first, you're given enough hose to fill up your inventory, including your offhand. Then you're splashed with fire resistance. Then you walk through this long tunnel, forced to crouch with ender brick slabs, which are the strongest slabs, by the way, over lava, on soul sand, and then once you reach the end of that long journey, you just throw all your hose to the guards in here, so they know if you give them a full inventory of hose, they know you couldn't have smuggled any items in because there was no room to do so. I mean, unless you're using bundles in 1.17, but this is a 1.16 prison. I just didn't update it. At the very end is this two-player check. So you walk onto this golden pressure plate here, which, hold on, let me show you. It closes this block behind you so you can't get out. And now, on the other side, the guards have a lamp that turns on if there's more than one person standing on this. The guards then have a button that throws TNT on you so you can't have a person going in and helping you. If there's only one person, they'll just open the door to the cell. After that, you swim down this long shaft and go to the bed. Oh, there's a cloud there. Huh. So ignore that for now. There's this bed here where you set your spawn that's being blocked and unblocked by this constantly moving piston. Once you set your spawn, you go back to this lava place and die in it, which then uses everyone's favorite respawn glitch to teleport you up to the cell. I'll be honest, there's nothing special about the cell. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, it's got the typical regenerating cobblestone walls with the water floor and mining fatigue. There are only a few differences here. One, there's no lighting because I don't care. Two, if I turn up my sound right now. Yep. There's no way to deactivate the piston that blocks and unblocks the bed. So I'm just gonna turn that down a little. A little. Yeah, also, the walls here regenerate downwards, so you can't glitch into them and use them as an elevator to go upwards. Also, the ceiling regenerates, just because I was bored. Okay, so the actual walls of the prison are really boring and bad, just crying obsidian all the way through. But I did have a few other designs for walls that I could add to this prison to make it more secure. I just didn't do that because it's really hard to construct. So the first one is something I showed off in one of my previous videos, the Bifrost complex. It's the system that detects when someone breaks a block on the outside and triggers an alarm. So it uses Bud powered pistons. So you take this redstone block, set up a circuit like this. You build up 2 redstone blocks here, then break this one, then break that one, and now you have a piston that's powered by nothing. So here, if I get a lava bucket, stick it in this dispenser, when someone comes along and breaks this wall, which that updates this piston, which puts lava on the cat, which puts a message in chat so you know that someone's trying to break in. Ideally, this would be scaled up to the whole wall, just so there are no places to break in, but that was really hard. I tried doing that for the Bifrost complex, and I just couldn't do it. It's ridiculous. It's like every time you make a mistake, the piston's update, and you have to do it all over again. It's annoying. But if you could get that to work, it would be pretty good. Now, the second line of defense is the secondary wall behind the cats. So I was thinking, withers are one of the best ways to break through the walls of a prison, so I was wondering, I wonder if there's any way to keep withers from blowing things up. So then I went on YouTube, and I found this wall of end stone brick stairs. Watch this. Put TNT on here, light it up, and boom. It doesn't explode. This is fun. Anyways, basically, all of the stairs here are actually waterlogged, so they can't explode. It's sort of in the typical prison wall design where you just have layers of water. So, okay, a lot of other prisons have something similar to this, like layers of water, so the wither can't blow up anything because it's surrounded in water. But that has a big flaw. Like, see, if I have this wall of water right here, like, no explosion's gonna blow this up. But, here, watch this. I get a sponge, and I place it down. Wow, it's gone. So, yeah, the problem with just plain water is anybody can just place a block and dry it up. But, how do you keep someone from placing blocks? Well, you put them in venture mode or something, but that uses commands, so that's out of the question. What if there's already a block there? So stairs. Stairs are a block, so you can't put a sponge in the place where they already are. I mean, you can put a sponge next to them, but you can't put a sponge in them to take the water away. Also, end stone is the best material for making fractions of a block, like stairs and slabs and such, because that's just the hardest. That's why I used it in the hose mad section of the prison. At the very bottom of the prison, there's this giant floor of lava. This is to keep people from hurling up from in under the void. To be honest, I don't expect it to do anything. It's just a really half-hearted attempt because I don't know how to pearl-proof things. Yeah, you read that right. Call to action. What is this? A high school essay? Well, sort of. Originally, this segment was going to be about how, although my prison is just objectively worse than Guy's vault, it's still better because it's just more honest in some ways. Anyways, that was going to be a big rant, but it turns out I don't need to do that anymore, because guess what? Mithridac escaped it. So thank you, Mithridac, so I don't have to rant about how that prison is just a pile of turds with its unfair chuck pants and whatever, but that's not the point anymore. The point is, that was the perfect prison. It's not perfect, obviously, because it can be escaped, but let's be honest, prison designs aren't actually changing that much. And with SceneSven titling the video The Perfect Prison, saying that it's the final prison, and gaslighting everyone who actually escapes it successfully, it's just, he's ending the prison trend as we know it. But I'm not willing to accept that. You see, Mithridac was wrong when he said that all of this was just an attempt to contain him. I mean, maybe in his lore, where he has a friend who's literally just a pumpkin scarecrow, sure. But that's not what this is about. It's not about... These prisons aren't about capturing and outsmarting a singular person. It's about creating these gigantic advanced redstone contraptions and showing everyone your work that you worked so hard on. So, if prisons aren't changing that much, then maybe we should change. This isn't going to be the end of giant, advanced, complex machines. I have a challenge for all you YouTubers watching, big or small, doesn't matter. Just, let's try something different, shall we? In my first encounter with the prison trend, I made a prison that was inescapable in creative mode using mods. I got a lot of backlash for that. But I think we should make that the new norm. Everybody, go out there, use immersive portals, use the create mod, use something else, just go wild, let your imagination run wild. Minecraft is a game of infinite possibilities, but we've narrowed those possibilities down to the most efficient way possible to get a single person in a cobblestone box. We gotta think of new things, open new worlds, imprison someone in a custom dimension. I don't care, just we can continue to make giant contraptions and have fun. We just don't need to limit ourselves by sticking with the vanilla build. We can expand. And that is my call to action. Now, before I go, just quick and massive thanks to Thomas Zetterman, the King of GG, and Sharkyish. They were the guards for this prison, and I couldn't have done this all without him. I couldn't even have recorded this. They were just a massive help, so thank you guys so much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go find out how to download the Create mod.